The story opens in a dungeon with RMC looking at his stats. He has 99,999 remaining points and only needs one more point to return to Earth, his home. He is in the dungeon with 3 other people, the team leader, Nerg, and a black-haired man named Rogue. However, they treat RMC like trash. RMC was summoned to that world during his high school. Initially, he had the ability of a spearman, but was forced to be a healer. He has been accumulating points for 7 years, and he currently only requires one more. The team is attacked by a giant spider, and Arissa uses her spell Fireball to deal some damage, but she also takes damage from the spider. The team leader asks RMC to heal Arissa, but he hesitates because he will run out of mana if he treats her wounds to that extent. However, the team leader pressures him to heal her because they can't let her die like that. In response to pressure from his team leader, he prepares to heal her, but if he were hurt like that, they wouldn't hesitate to leave him there. After he heals her, she awakens, slaps him, and begins to kick him because he didn't heal her right away and because he said his mana would run low. Nergi intervenes to stop her. Rogue suggests that they retreat because the spider monster was powerful and they might encounter monsters that are even more powerful. The team leader concurs with him and prepares to flee. On their way back, they come across a chest, but it contained only some worn-out leather, so they turn around and depart. The leather's on the ground, but MC notices something when he touches the leathers. Something happens. A white light appears from it. He falls to the ground, screaming in pain, tries to heal himself, but the team leader forbids him because he will use up the little mana he has left since it's not that big of a deal. The team leader forbade him to use his heal. After that, MC starts to hear some strange noise. Some people are talking behind the scene. The blonde is the goddess who took our MC to that world, and the masked man is the game master. As the game master rolls the dice, RMC wonders what is going on and what voices he is hearing. The dice roll and its sum are regarded a failure as the party was unable to flee the spider. The 3 members cross the bridge after the MC detects the spider above them. The gods and the game master think it will be uninteresting if it concludes this way, and the spider jumps onto the unsteady bridge. The spider is closing in on RMC when one of the beard gods suggests cutting the ropes, but Blonde objects. Another god also agrees with the beard god because her healer hasn't been helpful, and MC is confused, asking, "What are they talking about?" Arissa and Rogue direct Nergi to cut the rope where the spider will cross the bridge. Nergi does so, and RMC dies. Then, he sees a bat that fell with the crash and kills it, satisfying his 100,000-point quest to go home. Having earned 100,000 points, he can select from the following awards. The Game Master is taken aback that the healer has amassed 100,000 points and that they don't have any plans to send him back to Earth. The blonde goddess is also taken aback that her healer is still alive, but she no longer cares about him, and RMC recalls that voice as being the voice of the goddess that brought him there, saying the Earth is in danger. The Game Master ended the game without fulfilling RMC's requests. Shocked that all of the points he had been accumulating to get home had been a lie, MC opens his status window and discovers a new title, the one who escaped destiny. Using all of his points in healing abilities, he rose to the position of Heal Master, and also received the title of Great Healer. He swears that he will make them pay. He threatens to make them pay. After earning the title of Great Healer Master, he also acquired a halo. He notices a person there, but it's just a corpse. As he prepares to take the spear, he notices a spider on the corpse. He prepares to consume the spider because failing to do so will cause him to soon become that corpse. The dice result in a total of 5, which indicates failure. He notices the sound of the dice that occurred the last time, as well as the damned image he experiences due to the poison in the little poison spider, but he is only concerned with eating those spiders. A failure window opens with the same notifications. Failure was injured by the small spider's poison, but he was able to heal himself using his great heal. After eating a lot of spiders, he learned a new skill called Understanding Venom. He had never seen that skill before, but it was still better than nothing. After spending a week in that dungeon and eating a lot of small spiders there, he can now digest the spider. He ascends to a higher land where there is water, which makes him extremely delighted. He guzzles the water like a lunatic because those gods and goddesses make him angry just thinking about them. The window suddenly pops out, alerting the evasion. He rolls the dice and the result is 7, indicating a success. He then prepares to attack with all of his might and kills the monster with one strike, earning him 37 points for doing so, as well as extra points for brave duelist play, and 2 other bonuses for a total of 37. He is startled to have earned 37 points. He had never accomplished so much before. He pulls out his spear. Some blood spills on his face. The blood has poison in it. He uses his cleanse to purge the poison. The bold duelist applies a +2 boost when staking his like against a target with higher strength. Window opens, Venomologist rank B skill. He is shocked that he can release poison and that, with this skill, he can also utilize poison in combat after living by the water for several days. One day, when he was eating, he discovered that he could emit poison. He gains 9 points for defeating that cave maggot. While eating his meal, a large monster suddenly emerges from the water and attacks him. However, the monster's head vanishes due to the poison RMC just now. He notices something there, a slime, and decides to raise the slime as his pet. He names the slime Lime. Now that he has a companion to converse with, they begin to search for an exit. Lime points out a split in the wall. He attempts to open it there, but it is immovable. When Lime enters via a little break in the door and opens it from inside, he is surprised to see that it is not just any regular slime. Suddenly, Lime begins to shake as a monster approaches them and captures Lime. Lime then realizes how large the creature is and is terrified. RMC throws his spear and prepares to go before recalling his line and picking up his spear. From this point forward, he will not flee as he used to, and he now has a new party in the form of Lime, which he will not abandon. When Avenger is activated, all of his stats increase by 1 level, and he is surprised to see what kind of skill he received this time around. He engages the monster in combat, but despite becoming stronger, faster, and more agile, the attack has no effect because the total of the dice rolls is 4.
The lone slime's poison. He uses his Purify to remove the poison, but the window informs him that his rank is lower than the affected state. He then notices the location of Lime and prepares to attack it, believing it to be the monster's center. However, he repeatedly fails to hit the location, and when he finally succeeds, his spear dissolves as well. He then uses Great Heal, the dice rolls, and it's a total of 8. A success. He used Great Heal on the undead monster. Healing ability applied as damage, but he only get 1 point experience. Even after battling that gigantic monster, he is unconcerned because he has protected his adorable Line. Line then discovers a chest in there after opening it. The chest is just filled with piles of documents from a doctor named Chapido, and it says, "I am Dr. Gepido. After being defeated in the war, I attempted a counterattack." The gods are furious with the game master due to the outcome of the game so far, as the newly acquired healer passed away, leaving only 3 party members. Nerdry's company engaged in battle with creatures close to the dungeon, and already lost a party member. Barissa refuses to go back to the village because it took them 11 days to get there, despite Rogue's suggestion that they do so now that they don't have the healer. Nerdway concurs with Arissa and believes they can defeat the dungeon because they have already gone through it and have enough potions this time. It's been 53 days since RMC fell into the artificial dungeon created by Japita, and now that he has everything from there and is getting ready to leave, he also has new weapons, clothes, and even 51 different types of toxins. He returns to the location where they found the leather scrap and finds that spider there as well. He prepares to fight that spider in a warm-up battle before facing his former team members. The spider is the dungeon boss this time, and RMC thrusts his spear at it repeatedly, but instead he receives continuous attacks from the spider, which he heals. The spider is surprised to see that their fight is continuing, and no matter how many times RMC hits the spider, he is unable to inflict damage or inject poison. The monster then attacks him with a strong blow, which he blocks. He is in a perfect position to attack the spider's eyes, so he does just that. The dice come up 3 and 1, but with the daring gambler bonus of 2, the result is 6, and the attack is successful. He injected the spider with poison, then used a great heal on himself to treat the wound on his chest. He then prepared to concentrate his attacks on the spider's eyes, but the spider used its web to drag him aside and began to wrap him in its web. When the spider is about to swallow him whole, he has the ideal opportunity to release all of his poison. The dice roll results in a success, and he is able to break free from the web and begin thrusting once more. Eventually, the boss of the dungeon is defeated, and he earns 540 points for doing so. He celebrates his victory with his new party member. Since the master's body has been exposed to toxins, Lime has begun to tremble once more. It takes 48 hours to recover from the spider's potion effect. Due to the effect, people won't be able to recognize him in his current state, dark skin hue, when he finally emerges from the dungeon, but he doesn't mind this toxin because he isn't going to die from it, and it changes his appearance. By pure luck, his previous party members are also present, and they didn't recognize him, so they inquired as to how he got there. MC is startled that the side effect is so potent that his former party mates are unable to recognize him when RMC in. RMC informs them that he and his group were there 2 days ago, but that all of his party members were wiped off. Nerdly is furious that the location of the dungeon has already been revealed, and Nerdly tells him to continue on his own path. After learning that their new healer also perished, one of the gods finds it aggravating that the new healer perished in the dungeon and now the location was revealed. RMC convinces them to let him join the party as they really need a healer. MC prepares to be their healer. A bee monster approaches. It's a corpse bee, and when it stings you, you'll be immobilized for 2 hours and have a ghostly appearance. The corpse bee stung Rogue on his neck. The dice are rolled. The MC discovers the monster. It was in Geppetto's journal number 23. Rogue is stung by a corpse bee and falls to the ground. Negri tells the healer to check it out. The goddess is surprised why the dice are rolling right now, and the total is 2, a critical failure. The god tells her that it's just a simple paralysis and that one purify will fix the problem. After the MC hearing the game master tell the gods and goddess that the party members are highly unlikely to know the abilities of the corpse bee and that the party members are unlikely to also know of using a purify on the injured member, the MC gets an idea and declares that Rogue is dead and that his heartbeat has stopped. He then asks them how they should bury his corpse. However, Orisa thinks it's nonsense to bury people in a dungeon and asks the healer to just take the useful equipment and leave the corpse there. Rogi tries to tell them that he is still alive, but there's no way he can do that, and if they leave him like that there he will be at the mercy of the monsters. Next they come to the broken bridge. Nerg asks the healer if he knows the way down. MC shows them the way, and Orisa leads the way because she has the fire magic to light the path. She slips and RMC catches her. She thanks the healer for saving her. M.C tells her it would have been easy if you hadn't chopped off your leg, and then Nerg attacks him, but he manages to avoid it. Nerg attacked him since he had no idea Orisa had cut off her leg unless she had told him before, but he was a stranger to them. MC falls behind Orisa and injects her with his paralysis poison. She collapses on the ground and nervously inquires about his true identity. As the poison's adverse effect wears on, MC informs him that today is the 59th day since they abandoned him. It's their previous healer MC, and he activates his Avenger skill, which increases all of his stats by 1 level. The goddess is surprised, and the god is enraged, and he asks the moderator or the game master what's going on there. The beard god finds it humorous. The god in the suit addresses him warrior and inquires as to what he just said. Now the beard god believes that the moderator created the revenge scenario, and the moderator confirms that he did so, however he really didn't. As the MC prepares to battle, he assaults Nerdly with a continuous thrust, shattering Nerdly's blade. The mustache god prepares to use player points to send down a great weapon. A bolt of lightning strikes the ground where the two are battling, revealing Thor's hammer. The window alerts the weapon has been brought forth by the guardian spirit. Nirgoy attacks RMC with his spear, but the power from the hammer is too strong and he falls on his knee. Nerd then uses lightning on him and he falls on the ground, and now he realizes that the hammer is a weapon from the gods. Bro is so stupid, he should have known that the moment it fell on the ground. He gets up and attacks Nergly again, but his spear can't penetrate Nergly's hammer. MC is surprised because his poison is equally ineffective against that hammer. Nerd takes a strike with his hammer and MC is struck by lightning after witnessing the power of the hammer. Now he knows the voice he's been hearing is the voice of gods, and for them they are just playthings. He prepares to flee, but Nerg is not going to let him. As Nergly prepares to kill him, Lime appears from his pocket and hits Nergly with a poison. The goddess appears astonished by the deadly slime. Beard God thinks that's pathetic, and Nergly catches Lime and prepares to murder his pet. Seeing his pet in this state, he prepares to attack with everything he has. The dice roll, and the total is 7, but Nergly's total is 10. The moderator congratulates the victorious beardless man. MC also understands that Nergly's attack is faster than his. Yet, he receives a new skill at this moment. It's a God F rank skill that allows the user to now roll his own dice and get up to 2 charges, and it will recharge once per 24 hours. He is surprised that he can now roll dice. If 2 numbers are the same, the window notifies him to roll the dice again. This time, the previous result accumulates, but critical failure is omitted. He rolls his dice and gets a total of 6. Time stops. He rolls it again and gets a total of 7. Time proceeds and a successful evade happens. He shifts his position and prepares to deliver a left hook to Nergly, while simultaneously employing his unique poison in his strike. The beard god becomes enraged at the moderator and questions whether he is manipulating the game. The moderator tells him he wouldn't dare to, and the system is operating normally. Nergly is stunned, wondering how something like this could happen to him. The goddess didn't expect the game to end like that, so MC kicks him down the cliff. One god becomes enraged at his defeat and departs, while another god inquires as to his whereabouts. The moderator shakes his head, saying, "I'm doomed." Now it's Aerith's turn, but RMC ignores her. "Hey bro, treat her equally, kill her too, don't be soft just because she's a woman." He leaves her alive because there are still monsters there, the babies of the huge spider. Even though her paralysis will wear off after 2 hours, the spiders will shred her into pieces in minutes. Next, we see outside the dungeon a guy tying up another guy. RMC comes out of the dungeon. The man spots RMC and warns his sister about him. MC didn't notice the brother or sister because he was too preoccupied with getting his revenge on his party members. Now all that remains is to defeat the goddess who brought him there, but he has no idea how to defeat a deity. MC believes that the 2 people standing beside the carriage must be abandoned heroes. Abandoned heroes are people who have come from Earth to another world. The 2 of them get ready to offer him a ride if he is heading to the village, but the MC doesn't want to get involved with unknown heroes for no reason, so he leaves from there saying he has something to do nearby, but sister uses her magic on him and tells him to leave everything he has. The dice rolls and the total is 8, a success. He resisted the paralyzed attack that she just used. MC mocks her for using such a low-level skill on him. She becomes enraged and attacks him again with everything she has, but he resisted them all, and thanks to her he acquired a new skill, Bane of Poison. Now he has resistance to 100 types of poisons. She is shocked to see he can use the Great Heal. He then attacks her with his poison attack, hitting her right on her face. She falls on the ground. When she gets up, her disguise wears off and shows that she is actually an elf. She is shocked at how can a human possess such a poison. RMC proceeds to take their carriage and the stolen money they had and continues to leave for the nearest village. The brother and sister become angry, calling out the RMC. Next, the sister has finally detoxified the poison and is ready to deal with the healer, but someone arrives with a spear and they notice that guy is a fallen hero, Dongjun. A fallen hero is someone who kills heroes and takes their points, and this time he is there to take care of the elf. Brother stops him from killing his sister and gets ready to give him the whereabouts of a 7th-year veteran hero RMC. Dongjun is interested after hearing that because a 7th-year veteran can give him a lot of points. Next, MC is at an inn and has ordered a lot of food. He enjoys his food because he's been eating spiders for 52 days there. He hears some people talking about the plague that's spreading right now. Now he understands why the village looks so gloomy. It's because of the plague. He also notices the titles of the people who are talking about the plague. It's because of his skill. Free from Destiny level 1, can hear the player's voice. Level 2, can view character settings. Total Destiny score 10. He is astonished to see that Destiny score, and another unusual thing appears in his stats that he does not understand. Anyway, he is about to go when an arrow appears out of nowhere. M.C avoids the attack, and there is Dongjun, who is there for the points that RMC has accumulated. MC informs him that he has already used up his points. The crimson tattoo on Dongjun's face also indicates that he is a fallen hero. One tattoo represents 1 kill, and he has a lot of them, implying that he has killed a lot. But MC is going to deprive him of all of his points today, so he begins to battle. MC attacks him with a poison, but Dong notices that and blocks the attack. MC then attacks Dong again, but Dong again blocks that attack as well. Dong is surprised that his opponent is a healer, yet he can also use poison, but there's no point if he can't hit him. MC is also surprised of how strong his spear is and says that it's strange. The MC also realized that Dong is not the true owner of the spear. When Dong began to attack him again, he rolled evasion dice and got a total of 4. When the spear came straight at him, he rolled dice again and got a total of 11, successfully evading the attack. Seeing the opportunity, he then hit Dong with a left hook and injected a special poison. When Dong prepares to attack him again, the dice result in a total of 3 failures, which causes the window to open with the nerve cells being poisoned by a unique poison. Dong is shocked at how he managed to avoid that attack, which was